Packers rookie tight ends, Musgrave.
Oh, well, me and Kraft share the same agent, so obviously he's a nice guy. Actually, I beat Tucker Kraft at the Beer Olympics this summer too, so I've competed against him before. Besides that, what I look for young guys is you kind of know what you're doing and you play with a lot of effort, and they do a really good job with that. They made a lot of big plays in the last game versus Dallas, scored touchdowns, blocking really well, so they're playing at a high level. We're looking forward to see how our team, because Fred and the linebackers always talk crap to me and the tight end, so I'm excited to see how they go against those guys. It's excited to see. I always like watching other tight ends try to block Nick Bosa. It'll be exciting. A lot of chips probably.
George, what's the advantage of experience? You guys have that advantage of these guys. Is that an advantage?
I mean, the only thing really, I think, if you have an advantage going to the playoffs, just going a couple times, is you understand the intensity raises. Everybody goes out a little bit harder. I said it last time, everyone's going 100% on every single play. There's not a lot of loafs. There's nothing like that. And if you haven't played in the playoffs, you might not understand that. But, we're playing a team who has been really hot. They've won almost all their recent games. Went into Dallas, won a big game. They went into Minnesota, won a big game in there, the end of the season. So, they're used to big games. They had to win to get in. They're used to the pressure. They're not scared. They're playing us. Yeah, we're a really good football team. But I think they're just more excited for the opportunity to come in here and, hey, they have a chance to spoil we have our season and stuff like that. But I think our team is very locked in and dialed and just ready to go.
Kyle said that he doesn't really look at a big difference between the first possession of the game and the last possession of the game. But you guys have been so good on the first possession, on setting the tempo and sort of making a statement. How big is that, do you think, you guys have been able to do that?
I mean, as an offense, if when we get the ball first, when Fred loses the coin toss, we get the ball first. When you can go down the field, score a touchdown, get points on the board right away, it just definitely puts on the other team oh wow, it's the defense well, that we can't do that again. What do we have to change not let them score again? Their offense okay, we have to score or we don't want to get lapped, something like that. So when you go put points on the board early, you also get into a rhythm. A nice. I'm always okay with one play drives. I love it when Christian and Debo just take it to the house. But you get a nice 10-play drive out there, be on the field for a while, get their defense worn down. It's always huge. And then reverse that. When our defense goes out there, gets a 3-and-out right away, definitely gets the stadium lit up.
George, what do you remember the most from the last couple times you played Green Bay in the postseason?
They had a lot of different guys. Preston Smith, him and Campbell are two guys that are still there. Jair's still there. All I know is we have similar offenses. They run a much different defense than us. But hey, they're really hard-fought battles. And like Coach Shanahan said, the first drive is the exact same as the last drive. Every single drive is important. Every single play is important. You don't know how, hey, on the second drive, the third play of the drive, you're setting up something for the second half. It's just everything kind of goes together, and every single play is more important than would be regular season.
George, it seems like your style of play, this team, the last several years has been with a lot of intensity. So when you get to a postseason, it serves as an advantage. It's kind of dialing it like that the whole year, and then that's kind of where everybody's going at.
I think Coach Shanahan and John Lynch are doing a great job about drafting players, bringing guys in who have a certain standard of the way that we play the game. Whether it's physical, intense, calculated. And yes, when you do that the entire season, when you do that from OTAs to training camp throughout the entire season, our intensity, I don't think our intensity is going to raise at all. I think we're just going to continue to play the way we've been playing. And so, that's just kind of a kudos to the saying that we sit here as the
George, if I saw correctly, your grandma turned 101.
101 years old, baby.
Is she going to be at the game, and what kind of motivation does she still provide for you? As she still keeps going?
She was in Arizona for our game against the Cardinals. I don't know. I don't think she's coming to this game. Who knows? If the Niners faithful want her back, we'll figure out something. But she always shoots me a text. She's like, hey, good job. She watches every game. So just the fact that I'm a 101-year-old grandma who still watches everything that I do, it's pretty special.
Whoa.
Text
You get text at 101?
She just stopped driving a year ago. So things you can do in small-town Iowa, guys. It's a little bit different than here.
Have you ever tried to block Nick Bosa?
Yeah, training camp.
How's that go?
He's really good, but I'm also really good at what I do. I will say, he's gonna get so mad at me for this. 2019, I think it was, he tried to do an up, he rushed upfield and spun underneath, and I caught him in it. I talked crap to him about it for 2 days, and he said, if you keep talking to me about that, I'm just gonna bull rush you for the rest of your career. And so this is the first time I've talked about it since then. Hopefully he doesn't hear it, but you guys can tell him if you want. But
I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah, that's fine. He's fantastic. The things he does with his hands, like, he is one of a kind. There's no one in the world like Nick Bosa, and so it's an incredible challenge to go against him every single day, and it's a complete privilege for me because if I can do something right against him, I know I can go out there and I have confidence blocking anybody else.
During the Super Bowl, you were like, you said, "I'll be back." How does that motivate you every day since?
Besides, like, look, it doesn't really take a lot for me to get motivated. When I got to the play, I didn't understand the playoffs in 2019. We didn't win. I've understood the sense of urgency, the hunger. That's kind of been set in stone for me since that. And so, do I use that as motivation every day? No. Do I see the video and does it reignite something? I wouldn't say that, but like it definitely it's a memory of mine that I have, and I still feel that way. Like, and I'm trying everything I can. I've tried everything I could do for the last 4 years to do that again, and so just looking forward to that opportunity again. Just got to take care of one game at a time. Thanks, guys. Phenomenal.